you mentioned that you really wanted to be consistent. And I didn't know if you felt like consistency was a part of your being, something that your dad told you had to do, or if consistency mattered toward what you were building. So could you share with us why you thought it was so important to be consistent with your book and your podcast, and really why it's so important to a podcast?
Consistency in my career was something that allowed me to grow. When I wanted to translate this to your own business, and I think that this is where people go wrong. Many beginning entrepreneurs or podcasters don't stay the course. You end up running in 100 million different directions, and you think, oh, this is not working, and then you move on to the next thing. You really have to be able to spend time and go back to that consistency and know that that compounding effect is going to hit the mark. You need to really create the consistent, again, habits. And for me, productivity is really big. I have always used a block scheduling, an ideal calendar to really map out what my days look like. And as an entrepreneur, I found that I wasn't doing that in the very beginning. So it's very difficult to get traction in your business or in a podcast if you're not releasing on the same day, if you're not keeping the same content, if you're not, because people like what they hear. They like to have the same and be predictable when you're giving them something different. And there's nothing wrong with being spontaneous here and there and giving them a little surprise, but really be able to give the audience what they expect so that they can continue to find that happiness in your show or in your business, because you're giving them what they are looking for and you're not throwing them in a left curve. And that consistency was very key. When I started to implement the same things that I did in business, when I was a senior executive, I had to really be able to allocate time for sales. I really had to be able to allocate time for the things that only I can do, and then start to delegate some of the other things and consistently show up, whether it be in social, whether it be in my email marketing, or whether it be in the podcast and the interviews that I was doing.